Here's another question. It says, flagship movie rentals charges an annual membership fee plus an additional fee for the weekly rental of each movie. The graph below shows the total fee, T, as it varies with the number of movies rented. No problem. So we're seeing a nice graph there. The total fee is on the y-axis, and the number of movies rented is on the x-axis. And you're seeing the numbers, it's right there. Now, using the graph, fill in the missing values on the table. All right. Now, I want you to observe the table first. This part is the x, and this part is the y based on what's on it, because this one is dealing with the number of rented movies, and this one is dealing with the total fee. So we're going to go, now we are going to go where the fee was 75, and then we're going to see what number of movies you would have rented there. So you're going to be looking at the graph. 75 on the y-axis. Pay attention to details. This is 100 here. This is 50. And you could see for yourself that right here is 75, and it's halfway between 150. So halfway between 150 is 75. So that's where 75 is. How many movies? Follow this to see how many movies you got right there. 0 movies. So you are seeing that 75 work with 0 movies. In other words, 75 looks like it's the rental that you will pay just to say you want to start to rent movies, but you would have paid that at first, even though you haven't rented any movies yet. You have to pay this to start. You notice there is no movie attached to it. So 0 movies. $75, no movie. Now we're going to be looking where the number of movies are. So we're going to be looking at 50 movies. Yeah. At 50 movies, what is the fee? So we want to fill out the fee section now. So we're going to go where the movies are. That's on your x-axis. And we're going to follow that line until it touches the curve and go back across. All right. All right. All right. So let's go back to the question now. All right. So we want to know 50 movies, right? 50 movies, what's the cost? So let's go back to the board. So we take our line, go where 50 movies is. 50 is going to be halfway between 40 and 60. Right there. And that's why I kind of like using this, because, you know, you actually can see it neater. So halfway, so you could see that this is 50. Right there. Halfway between that. And then now you're going to bring this line across. And read it off. So now we could blow it up, have a better look. There it is. So understand scaling now will be what will be helping us, all right? Because you're seeing here that this is 150 here. And this is 200 there. So technically, if you do a quick count, this is 160, 170, 180, 190, and then you could see how the 200 come right there. So these little lines on the y-axis are going up by 10. On the y-axis, the little lines are going up by 10. It simply means then that I am halfway between 160 and 170. So we're halfway between 160 and 170. It's going to be 165. There it is. So we're halfway between 160, 170. So it's 165. 160, 170. 165 is halfway between that. And there we are, just like that, right? So we're able to quickly fill these out. 165. So you'll pay $165. All right, clear? All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, so following up as we go, the total fee T is related to the number of movies rented, V, by the equation T is equal to MV plus C. Determine the value of C. Y equal to MX plus C. It's a straight line. Y equal MX plus C is actually the equation of a straight line. And then in context of this, this is on the y-axis, this is on the x-axis, and you could see what they're saying. It's the same thing. All right. Now, C is the y-intercept, which means where it crosses the y-axis. Let's look. You could see for yourself that the graph crosses the y-axis at 75, just like that. So then we're talking about C is equal to 75 because it's the y-intercept. It's where the graph would have crossed the y-axis. M refers to, in this case, you know, M is your gradient. And what you have to do is to apply yourself to it just the same. You could pick up any two of these. So if I were you, I would have picked up the two that they gave me since I don't, because you would know if you make if you made an error. So we could call this, you could call this x1 and this is y1. You could call this x2 and that is y2, because of course they are on the x and the y axis and they plotted the point. You saw that they plotted the point. So then in order to work out the gradient, you want to take those, yeah, to find M. M is an idea of the gradient, all right? So y2. So the gradient will be calculated by y2 minus y1. I want to put that over x2 minus x1. Y2, talking about 300 minus y1, which is 130, over x2, 124, then minus 30. So you're utilizing the information you have to work out your thing. Because it's like related, so it's a coordinate geometry. It's coming out a lot. Top part would give us 170. And the bottom part would give us 94. All right. 170, if you divide that by 94, you'll get approximately 1.81, right? 1.81. So the gradient is approximately 1.81. Just like that. So it's all about putting the ideas together, and that's to complete the following statement. So with the knowledge that we have, everything that we have been doing, we want to complete the following statement. It says, according to the graph, the annual membership fee is what? I was saying to you, in context of understanding how fees work, if you are a part of a club and there is a rental, when you pay a rental fee, you still wouldn't be renting it. There's a different money to rent. So that figure here is that rental fee, that $75, because you get no movies with it. That's just a fee. So when the question is asking us to complete this, it says, according to the graph, the annual membership fee is always the Y intercept all the time. So you're talking about it's $75. And the fees to rent one movie per week is $1.81. How do I know? And the y-axis, what do you have? Is it T? T is equal to 1.81 V plus 70. This is it, you know? It's the same relationship thing that you have to be relating to the equation of a line, gradient, and these are the two variables that we have dealing with. See them there? This one is on the x-axis and this one is on the y-axis. Same thing. Y is and this is our M and this is our C. And they actually told you that it was M and C to probably to bring back memory. And as Brooke and her family budgeted $700 for renting movies for the year. Renting movie. Using an equation or otherwise determine the maximum number of movies they can rent. All right. So I'll use an inequality. All right. That this figure here, this equation that you have, that says the cost is going to equal to 1.81 V, which is the number of movies, plus 75. See there? This is what you're using, you know. So basically, they're saying that they have $700. So technically, you can say your $700 that you have must be greater than or equal to all of that. Must be bigger than this, or at least equal to it, but it can't be less than this because you don't want to not have the money. So here is the V, and at this stage, this refers to the number of movies. That's what the question is asking is, you're solving for V, because V is referring to the number. So they said the maximum number of movies, V. So you're solving 700, take away 75. See there? Subtract that. This is going to give us 625 greater than or equal to 1.81 V. Divide that by 1.81. Divide by 1.81. And so then so 625 divided by 1.81, you're getting 345.3 greater than or equal to V. In other words, then, turn it another way, you could say that V is less than or equal to 345.3. Less than or equal to, less than. You hear what it says? V is less than or equal to that. So that means, you know, the maximum movies that they would get. Because you can't have point movie, so you have to run it. You have to run it 345. That's the number of movies that they can get. At Rise Star Movie Rental, there is no membership. So this is like another place where there is no membership fee, but Brooke will pay $1.95 to rent a movie for 1 week. From which of the two rental clubs, all right, would Brooke be able to rent more movies on the same budget? Now, watch this. So we're saying that the number of movies, very straightforward, number of movies is going to be that $700 divided by $1.95. So because there's no membership fee. So you divide that, because this is your justification. You simply divide it and you realize that, well, this person can get 350 8.97. Yeah. So you could see that this person can get more movies, right? So, yeah, man. So they can get more movies right about now. So we're saying that, listen, we are saying right now that at right star, which is the last situation here, Brooke can get more movies.